Stop everything that you're doing because one of the best shows on television is finally coming to Netflix. Yes, that is right. AMC Plus's Interview with the Vampire Season 1 is coming to Netflix on August 19th. So if you haven't seen Interview with the Vampire, I'm going to tell you why you need to start getting into it. Number one, let's get the obvious one out the way. If you're like me and you love your fantasy series that have blood, sex, gore, and magic, like it says on the shirt, this show has all of that in spades. Number two, if you think representation matters and through representation it equals normalization, this show is definitely for you because the queer representation between the two leads and just in general on this show is incredible. Unlike the original 1994 movie and even the books in some cases, it's not subtext. It's all text. Speaking of that authentic and proper queer representation, one of the leads, Louis DuPont de Lac, is played by Jacob Anderson. Most people will know him as Grey Worm from Game of Thrones. And taking the character of Louis DuPont de Lac and making him black, which is not the case in the original books, honestly, I think it elevates the story and makes the character of Louis way more interesting and the dynamic between Louis and Lestat way more compelling. Number four, if you want to see some actors act, not even just act, but they acting. They're putting their whole souls into these roles, and it is so great. Like, they deserve all the awards. And number five, and this might be a bad thing depending on your perspective, but after you watch this show and get hooked on this show, no other show is gonna fulfill you. That's how good and incredible and compelling and dynamic and traumatizing this show is. So if you want to come over to this side of the aisle and be traumatized and hooked and obsessed, then I implore you to watch Interview with the Vampire coming to Netflix on August 19th, Season 1.